Hello everyone, welcome to GGRA30H3 Tutorial 6. If you have any questions about the tutorial, please send me an email. This exercise is intended to provide an understanding of the shapefile format for geographic information and how to load and use it in QGIS. Start you thinking more carefully about organizing your GIS projects for tutorials and assignments on your computer. Provide a demonstration and practice with layer symbology for quantitative point data. A separate memo discussing portable QGIS projects is available in course materials for this week. Follow at least section 2 of those instructions to set up your QGIS project. The background information, especially the descriptions of QGIS project configurations and geographic data, will assist in your understanding of the purpose of this part of exercise. For this tutorial exercise, you will use a shapefile containing Ontario populated places, available as a downloadable zip file on QGIS, and some of the basic Ontario reference layers from Tutorial 4. Step 1 is to download the zip file, and Step 2 is to connect to the PostgreSQL database from Tutorial 4. This tutorial has 4 procedures. First, unpack and load the shapefile. Next, configure layer symbology. Then, rule-based labels. And finally, complete the page layout and add legend. Unpack and load the populated place data into your QGIS project using the following steps. First, move the downloaded archive into the data folder you created while setting up your portable project. Second, extract all of the files from the archive. Go to QGIS. First, you need to add the data layers from Tutorial 4. Select these layers and add them to the map. These layers are basic reference from Ontario. Then, open Data Source Manager and go to Add Vector Layer. Browse to the data folder, select the shapefile, then click Open. Click Add. Now you can see the populated points are added to the layer. For this exercise, we are going to focus on the symbolization of the populated places layer, using the visual variables size, lightness, and saturation to distinguish smaller from larger population centers. For this exercise, I'm going to select a smaller area that shows a range of town size and focus this exercise in that area. It is important to select your area first because the decisions you will make about symbol and label sizes are dependent to some degree on the scale of your map. You can now open the attribute table and look at these columns. Name shows a community name and estimate population for community. For this tutorial, we want to classify features in the data layer and show them on the map differently based on how we have divided them into quantitative categories. First, let me change the colors of some layers. I use blue to present Ontario lakes. And I use gray to show the boundary of Ontario. Click Apply to change your color. You may also want to change the color of rivers. Open the Symbology properties for the populated layer. Click on the drop menu showing symbol for graduated. Select Estimated Population and set precision to 0. Choose a color. I use orange and set the number of clauses to 5 and use natural breaks. Click Classify and now you can manually adjust the sizes of the symbols to emphasize the more populous places. Double-click each circle symbol and manually set the symbol size. I set this one to 1, 1.5, 1.2. Click OK to see your map. In this tutorial, we are going to guide the labeling of the populated places more purposefully. We want labels placed mainly on the most populous communities, and we want to use 2 different sizes of labels. Once again, open the populated place layers properties. Select Labels. Using the pull-down menu, select Rule-Based Labeling. Click on the cross button to add a new row. I've created 2 rows before. Let's check them. First, open the first row. You can give it a name, whatever you want. And this is the expression of the row. I use estimated population larger than 100,000. Click OK. Then you have to use name to express. Click on Test to see how many cities are selected. And finally, you can change the text. Click on Apply, and then we go to the second row. This is population between 50,000 and 100,000. Set the value as name because we want the map show the name of the cities instead of their population. Change the color of the label, and we can also add a buffer to the label text. I use green here. Click on OK, apply the changes. And now you can see there are 2 types of labels in your map. If you have not already added your legend to the Print Composer layout, then add that now. In addition, you may add a title for your map and a label containing your name and student number. Finally, test the portability of your QGIS project. After you upload your map PDF to QGIS, do the following. First, save your QGIS project to a permanent location. Log out of the lab computer you've been working on, log into a different computer, copy your tutorial project folder onto the second lab computer. Open the project by double-clicking on the QGIS project file. If your project reopens and loads the shapefile data layer, without you having to intervene. You have created a portable project successfully. That's all for today's tutorial. Thank you.